who owns e-Citizen? Thank you, Speaker.
Senator Veronica Mbadi.
Welcome, Honorable CS, and congratulations on your new appointment. Honorable CS, I want you to tell this House whether there is any plan or strategy to onboard SHIF on e-Citizen, and whether the data that is on NHIF can be migrated to SHIF to avoid the cost of running another system to manage that data. Is there any plan, and how soon is that plan going to be rolled out? Onboarding SHIF onto e-Citizen.
Senator Abbas.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Waziri, congratulations first for the appointment. My name is Abbas Mohammed, Senator for Wajir, and I share the evolution. Actually, there's a big concern of delay of release of funds to the counties. It takes a long time, almost sometimes up to 4 or 5 months. And as a result of that, counties are forced to get salaries from the banks at a higher cost with a high interest rate. And members' reductions for the social reduction are not submitted in time, and they are given penalties for that delay. I think I don't know what your ministry is going to do as a result of the delays of salary release, fund release, and also the penalties from KRA and other social reduction. Institutions like Love Fund, all this, they also put interest on the delay of the social reductions. So what is the ministry planning to do to curtail that kind of unnecessary penalties that the counties are facing, and why is the for the fund for the counties been delayed so much?
Senator Faki.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi pia najiunga na maseneta wenzangu kumkaribisha Waziri John Mbadi katika bunge la Seneti, na pia kumpa kongole kwa kuchaguliwa kwake kama waziri katika serikali. Mheshimiwa Spika, dukuduku langu ni kuhusiana na hilo swala la ucheleweshaji wa fedha kwa kaunti zetu, kwa sababu tumeona kwamba baada ya kuondolewa kwa mswada wa fedha wa mwaka 2024-2025 kumekuwa na sitofahamu kuhusu ni vipi wataweza kupeleka pesa katika kaunti zetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, nakumbuka mwaka 2019 tulikuwa katika hali hii, lakini wakati ule serikali ilikuwa mamlakani ilipeleka asilimia fulani ya fedha kwa kaunti zetu. Kwa hivyo waziri, hebu tueleze ni sababu gani hizi kaunti haziwezi kupewa asilimia fulani mpaka asilimia 50 ya zile fedha ambazo walipewa mwaka jana, ili waweze kutumia na kukidhi mahitaji yao wakati tunangojea sheria mpya itakapokuwa tayari. Asante.
You may proceed to respond. Now, honorable senators, if you look at your order paper, the honorable CS is here for purposes of responding to 4 questions. Now, the question asked by Senator Faki, the question asked by Senator Mundigi, and the question asked by Senator Abbas. Those supplementary questions are related to the question which is going to be asked by Senator Muma. So we don't have to ask everything now, because there are 3 more questions, and a lot of the questions that are being asked actually are related to the questions that are yet to be asked. Honorable CS, you may proceed to respond. There's one limb of Senator Ledama's question that you had not responded. How much is paid to the service provider, and whether that has been audited? Proceed. You may proceed. how much is paid to the service provider annually and whether that has been audited.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the amount of money paid to the service provider fluctuates, and it depends on the number of services offered. But in terms of details, this can be provided by ICT Authority. I know that we pay on average about 180 million per year. Let me just consult 1 minute, Mr. Speaker, on that.
You may proceed to Honorable CS. You may proceed to respond to that questions.
Yeah, so on the specifics of the amounts, we may need to check and supply. But the Honorable Senate would want, we would still supply it. In fact, we have all the data from the time when this contract was entered into, all the amounts. Now let me respond to the specific questions by Senator Esther. I've not forgotten you. Sometimes, you know, when you are...
Senator Fernandi, take your seat.
Sometimes when you are graduating in age, we don't say you are advancing, but you are graduating in age, your eyes sometimes become, start misbehaving. But we also, politicians don't like wearing specs. You'll notice most politicians, even when they get to 70, 80, they don't like wearing specs. Apart from a few like the leader of minority and Senator Faki. But let me respond by saying that why are hostels still being owed? I think there have been challenges with NHIF. Generally, that is why the government even saw it fit to change the system. There has been a lot of fraudulent activities around NHIF in terms of collusion with service providers, the hostels, and that has complicated the management of this fund. But I would assure this House that there is a high-level engagement to ensure that all pending bills are paid. A lot of pending bills are also owed to NHIF, even by government institutions. And I have the figure, the last meeting we had of a cabinet meeting engaged in this exercise, we agreed that Treasury will work very closely with the ministry to ensure that NHIF, we pay the money that is owed to NHIF so that NHIF can also pay the hostels for a smooth transition to the new system. So there is work going on that. To Senator Chute, final dues not paid since 2020 to a Kenyan, that is very unfair. Actually, let me also confess that I almost said my constituency, but a constituency I've represented for 15 years. There's a lady who yesterday sent me details of her husband, the final dues, and she wants that paid. The husband was a former assistant chief. So there is a problem with the payment of final dues, and this is something that will take. So if I could get for the case, so that we address this specific case, but I think we need to have a clear vision on how to resolve all the cases so that they don't come one by. There are people who may not access a senator or a member of parliament. But on this particular one, Senator, you can give us the details and we'll be able to follow it.